Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Another episode of America under Easter, or I guess Easter Sunday, or maybe Passover. I'm not sure. Passover or Easter. Let's just go with Easter. All right. America under Easter. Hopefully, you all had a great Sunday, a great Easter. Um, it was really sunny where I was. It turned out kind of overcast, a little overcast, and I thought it was going to rain. Then, as the day went on, the sun came out really warm. Unfortunately, I didn't go out. I didn't go out. Got Maybe I'll have some videos of it from my Blink XT2, kind of showing how bright and sunny. Pretty windy. It was windy today. Maybe I wouldn't have enjoyed being outside because how windy it was. Allergies and everything. So. Anyways, I'm going to share a few things. I'm going to share some rad power bike news, electric bikes. I'm into electric bikes. Fortunately, I broke my hand, so I'm not riding my electric bike. I jackknifed my rad rover, and the front fork is warped. So as soon as this pandemic is over, I'll probably call Rad Power Bike and see if they can get Veloflex to come out and fix my front fork. See if I can get that replaced, repaired. I'll pay for it. Another thing is the Rad Power Bike is having a color contest. Let's just go to it real quick here. So Rad Power Bikes is having a color contest here. As you can see, Rad Coloring Contest. Win an e-bike of your choice. This expires April the 13th. So by the time you watch this, hopefully you'll have time to do some coloring. Today's the last day, so you probably want to enter into the contest, and hopefully you'll win a free e-bike. If I had a choice, I did enter. I'm not going to show you what I entered, but I did enter, and if I was going to win, I would actually be interested. Now, I'm not interested in buying the Rad Runner Plus, but I'm interested in winning the Rad Runner Plus. I think the Rad Runner Plus is a very cool bike. I just don't like the price of the Rad Runner Plus. I wish it was $14.99 instead of $16.99. So that's just me. But if I just by miracle win this contest, the Rad Runner Plus would be the one that I choose. So, anyways, contest ends April. I don't know what time. End of the day, April 13th. I don't know. Just go to the website, see if just check it out. If you have time, go ahead, enter into the contest. It's a chance to get a free e-bike. Why not? Why not, right? All right, so that's that. Another thing I'll talk about is the AR500 again. Yes, AR500 again. I overlooked this yesterday. I wanted to take a look at what is available at AR500. That's not a ridiculous 4-month lead time. So what can you get right now if you want a body armor right now from AR500, the company AR500? There's AR500 steel, which is a steel that's been somewhat hardened, and then there's AR500, the company. So, but let's take a look. If I scroll up here, it says check out our response to COVID-19. Okay, and check out our products with less than 1 week lead time. I don't know if I can trust that, because this was supposed to be a well, my order. I had a large order, and the one of the soft body armor that I ordered was an 8-week lead time, but I estimated I would have that around March because that's when I ordered it. Anyway, or I ordered in December, so I estimated the lead time I would get it at March, at least end of March. I got it around April, maybe a 2 week. It was off by 2 weeks, but still, man, I was sweating it. So let's just click on here, see what is a 1 week lead time. Low lead times. Most likely they have this in stock on a shelf. Most likely, I think that's what's the reason why they have a low lead time on it. So this is a sale, save 10%. What is this? The Invictus, that's the plate carrier, and with two level 3, what is that? W, what does that W stand for? UHMWPE. I think that's their polyethylene, ultra high density, medium weight polyethylene. I think that's what it stands for. It's a polyethylene material. It's one of those. I wouldn't. I don't know. The reason why I went with steel is because it's gonna probably the steel's probably gonna last longer than me. You know. So, anyways, it's a polyethylene plate. So what is it? What's the steel? You get the plate carrier and two plates front and back for $807. That's with a 10% sale discount. Let's see, what is this? This is the Invictus plate carrier, which is just a plate carrier. That's $200. That's a week lead time supposedly. And then the plate itself, here is the plate, level 3, 10 by 12, which probably is this here. That's $349, and that's about it. So that's a week lead time. Oh well. Anyways, let's get to the coronavirus here. All right, just updated this. This is April 12th, 2020, 7:01 p.m. I am recording 8:12 p.m. April 12th, 2020. So not too far. I usually wait around this time for the numbers to update, and then all the other websites I update as well. So kind of get a comparison. Let's have a look at the total new cases here. 555,313 total cases. New cases today, 28,917. So just around 30, almost 30,000. It's going to be in the upper 20, in the 30s. It may gradually go down or go up here, but it is a long curve here. 22,020 deaths. Wow. 1,557 new deaths today. Wow, 22,020 deaths total. That tops the world as far as being recorded. I bet you if China really was transparent about their numbers, I bet you they have 10 times more. 10 times more. If you think about it, they have like a billion. They have 1,000 times, at least 1,000. Yeah, at least 1,000 more in population than America. Maybe not. Maybe 300 times more. So if you look at these numbers and you times this by 3, that's probably what China has. All right, that's probably the amount of death that China. We won't know until we get a final count. But when we do get a final count, my guess, my best estimate is you would take the numbers from America, times it by 300. Okay, times it by 300, not 3, times it by 300, and those would be the numbers for China. Because early on, there was rumors that China, they were cremating all the dead people. Okay, they're cremating all the dead people that when there were plumes of smoke polluting the air at the time of the lockdown. Plumes of smoke. They had so many, their crematories were running 24/7 for weeks and weeks. So yeah, I believe it. So I do believe China's numbers are a lot. So you can extrapolate based on the population of China and extrapolate from the based on the population of America. And although we may have a different system and maybe how it's handled differently, but we have to assume the virus would spread in about the same way. Okay, we are taking mitigation efforts. China took mitigation efforts, so we just have to make the assumption that the virus spread in a similar way. So based on these numbers, you could probably take a really good guess based on the population China, ratio population China, population of the US, what the real number is. And my guess is whatever our number is in America, all right, it would, if you calculate for China's population 300 times, all right, you times it by 300, those would be the numbers in China. So that would give you a real indication of how bad it is in China, in my opinion. So China did not conquer this virus, all right? China did not conquer this virus. Oh, okay, good. I got my halo back. Awesome. All right, so let's just take a look at the log here. Yeah, still looks like it's bending over, still in that bending phase. We may be in a long curve. This is a long, long curve. You just don't see it on a normal chart, but you'll see it on a logarithmic chart. And I guess no one told you that the curve is on a log chart, because if they did, you would truly understand how long this would take, right? Because it looks like it's still going up. It's going up slower, but it's still going up. If you think 30,000 people getting infected is slower, but it's not. It's still a lot. Still a lot. Okay, so yeah, it's Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, Connecticut. Connecticut's getting up there. Just parts of this whole area, the numbers are starting to increase. It will slowly spread out. It will slowly start spreading out. I mean, it's yeah. Just think of this as you would as a virus would do, and it's just spreading. It's spreading. I don't anticipate I don't anticipate my kids going back to school. Um, Not even for next year. Not even for next year. School would start around what, August? School would start around August. So and I think that's when a potential second wave would come. I don't think our kids are going to go back to school in August. I'm, I just don't see it right now. Maybe in the future, when if things start to get better, if things start to get better, then maybe. But right now, I just don't see it. If I don't see it, I'm just gonna say I don't see it. All right. The number of new cases in New York has gone down. So let's compare it. Let's compare it. So that's okay. This is now 8,000. Yesterday it was 8,000. So it looks like it's about the same, even less. The number of deaths is about the same, so a little bit less. They're going to start peaking out here. So New York's peaking out, but unfortunately, there's like about, I mean, New Jersey's is peaking right now. Let me see, one, two, three. Well, I could skip California. Well, maybe they're not doing so good. They're starting to climb up here. They're starting to get 1,000 every day. But you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Even Washington. I mean, Washington's still around there, but I mean, Maryland's coming up. I mean, you got 12 other states that are starting their up curve, right? They're starting their curve. Okay. Let's take a look here. Well, you'll see it. All these numbers will slowly increase. It's a slow burn. It really is. It's a slow burn. Happy Easter, everybody. Happy Easter. Or by the time you watch this, it's Monday. But anyways, I think it was supposed to be a 3-day holiday, wasn't it? Aren't you? Is it Monday or was it Friday? You had the day off. If everything was normal, Friday would be the day off. And then, anyways, 28,917 new cases today. So yeah, 8 more days. 8 more days. I like to see what the final number comes up to be on April 20th, because I back in March 20th, I, you know, I said this, I mean, it was literally a month, March 20th, when it was about 19,000 confirmed cases, that I said this is going to get into hundreds of thousands, hundreds of thousands. Wow. It's amazing how fast this whole thing went by. And it's not that long, not that long. This is going to be a very long, long year. Okay. So let's take a look at Texas here real quick. I'll refresh this. And Texas is about to start their up curve, because I'm looking at the total test today. Total test, case reported, that's above 10% now. So it was like 10, 9, kind of at 7%. If you look at this map, the clusters are getting bigger, the circles are getting bigger, everything is growing in size, everything. Test to case ratio is now, looks like above 10%. And if I look at the trend, I don't think they've updated this trend. This is still April 10th. But if they updated it to the 12th, maybe they'll update it on Monday. I don't know why it wouldn't update automatically, but well, this is supposed to be the new case. So let me see. The 10th, it was 1,400. So, but you'll see the numbers start increasing, increasing, increasing. So you're starting to see that up curve. Maybe there's strong mitigation, but the fact that it's there, it's worrying me, because let me see. We're now it's 14 days until peak. This has not been updated. It's still April 10th is the last update, but we'll see. Maybe Monday it'll update. But 14 days till peak resource. So right now is probably the time where it's the most infectious right now. The next 2 weeks are probably the time where it's the most infectious, where people are the most infected, and potentially you can get the most infected, potentially most infected from the exposure. So I'm not going out to the grocery store. I'm not going out. I do have a risk of going to the school to pick up the breakfast and lunch. But if you know me, I am now like double buffing. I got the buff on. I get the N95 mask on. I wrap the buff over the N95 mask. I put the surgical mask on, and then I put another buff on to cover all of my face for the most part. Got my safety glasses. They're tinted safety glasses, and yeah, and I wear gloves. And when I come back home, I don't really disinfect the car. I'm running a little bit low on the bleach now. So I mean, I got a lot of bleach, but I'm going through my first bottle. So I'm halfway through my first bottle. That's how much I've been disinfecting. When I come back, I'm probably not going to disinfect the car, because I'm not going anywhere. The only place I go is to pick up the school lunch and breakfast. So no point in disinfecting it. So just come in the house, disinfect the food or the food packages, disinfect me. I disinfect the gloves, and I do reuse the gloves. But after I take off the gloves, I wash my hand. I spray down my body. Well, I spray down my body first, and then and that includes the gloves, and then wash my hands after, of course, I've disinfected all the groceries and food, or food, I should say. And then I do microwave the food. I don't know if it probably doesn't kill the virus, but it wouldn't hurt. Plus, it warms up the meal for the kids. I put it on a separate plate, and they get to eat breakfast. So that's what I'm going to be doing the next 14 days. So please, people, stay in. We're not over the hump yet. We're not over the hump quite yet. That's the situation I'm at, and that's my plan. So with the information that I have right now, that is the appropriate action I'm going to take. Basically, I'm just staying at home. I don't think I need to go. I don't need to go like full retard. I don't need to go full retard quite yet. Let me see here. When is April 26th? April 26th is right here. So 16 days till peak daily death. I don't need to go full retard quite yet. I don't think Houston is, or Texas. I'm actually in the Houston area. I don't think Houston's going to take. Well, Houston is quite a bit of. I'm in Harris County, Harris and Fort Bend County. Harris County is right here, which is, you can see it glowing right there, and Fort Bend is just right next to it. So I'm pretty much middle of this cluster. I don't think this is going to be all 2,000 people who are going to projected to die here. It's going to be all from Houston, but this number is very worrying. It's 3,000, 3,500, 3,561 in Harris County, plus Fort Bend. That's over 4,000, and I don't like to see those numbers. Anything over 4,000, the next jump is to 10,000. Then from 10,000, you're looking at 20, and then 20 gets to 80. I don't think it's going to be that bad, but you know, I don't know what to say. It's a scary time we're all in. Anyways, is it time? Is it time for me to go full retard? I don't know. I don't want to waste the PPE gear that I have. They're in kind of like a Harbor Freight bucket, all sealed up, pristine before the pandemic really started setting in. I don't think I have to break into it. I don't think I have to break into it. Let me see, when is the day here? I'm going to scroll up here, peak, go to the peak time frame. Peak time frame is right here. So 14 days, I'm going to hunker down. I got to ration my food. I'm not going to break into the PPE gear yet. I'm not going to go full retard on the PPE gear yet. But while I'm here, I'll probably do a lot of laser dry firing. My hand is a lot better. I'm on my 5th week of healing my broken hand, and I'm able to move it really well, well enough to hold a handgun. That's how I judge, how well my hand is healing. Can I hold a gun and pull the trigger and handle the recoil? Hopefully, yes. So I think I'll be prepping in some other ways in security at this point, because I don't know what's going to happen after the peak. Okay, I just don't know what's going to happen in America after the peak, and the economic fallout from the peak. I could only get an idea by looking at other countries, and some countries aren't handling it well. Like India's having an issue. They're having some problems with people trying to go home during the lockdown, or trying to move about during the lockdown. In China, there were some riots and some protests. Food security is going to become a concern. Maybe not right away after the peak, but what happens when you get to August, October, November, and the second wave starts coming in, and supply chain has been disrupted, and all of a sudden your food chain might be disrupted. Now, people talk about planting gardens. That's great, but you have to understand the amount of energy and time it takes to grow enough food to last you during the winter. All right, it takes a tremendous amount of time, tremendous amount of effort. Thinking that growing a garden will pass you through the winter, if all of a sudden the food supply chain stopped, is, I think, a little naive. You need a certain amount of land, and a certain type of crop, most likely, and certain amount of crops to survive. So unless you have that land and you have that amount of crops and that certain crop and maybe some livestock, and only then you're only buying time. So hopefully it doesn't get that bad, but I just mention it because you should all be prepared. Like, when I saw the coronavirus spread out from China and into Europe, Iran, it spread out to the Middle East, and well, first it spread out to Asia, the surrounding Asian countries, and then it started spreading out to the Middle East, and then Europe, and eventually it hit America, and now it's hitting parts of South America and Africa now. You know, I saw that, and I still remember the media playing it off like it's just the flu, or the flu kills more people, or something ridiculous. Like another one was, masks don't help. Well, everyone's wearing a mask now. Everyone's wearing a mask when you go out, or it's required to wear a face covering of some sorts. So when the media was playing it off, do you think you're gonna get? You think you're gonna get a little heads up from the media about the food chain supply being disrupted? Now, will it get disrupted to the point where it's a famine? No, I don't think so. But I do think it's enough disruption for people to protest, possibly riot, and possibly even loot. Okay, I don't think it's going to be a famine situation where everyone's going to be starving to death, but I do think it will result in protest, riots, and looting. And so you have to protect yourself. All right, protect yourself. Let me see if I can go back here. So, protect yourself, okay? Everyone should be able to protect yourself. All right? Protect your physical body somehow, some way. And oh yeah, and if you have a chance, go ahead and enter the color contest of the Rad Power Bikes. I did. Hopefully I will win. I'm going to conclude this episode. Thanks for watching, everyone. If I sound a little alarmist, well, you should be alarmed. I've been watching this. I've been getting ready. I think in order to maintain some stability, normalcy, and order, I think every person who's right-minded, just, and upright should be prepared, because I think the difference between chaos and order is the difference between one person and another, between you and me, really. Anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. Please like, share, comment. Let me know what your thoughts are. Is there going to be a fallout, economic fallout? Is there going to be a food shortage? Will there be riots, protests, looting? You let me know. Until next time, bye-bye.